Hey nerds! I mentioned in my teaser trailer reaction that I had a lot of theories that I wanted to discuss but didn't think that they actually fit for that video. So here I'm going to discuss everything that I had to say previously and pick apart the trailer bit by bit, so don't miss out. First order of business, I'm going to stop it right here. A, I'm not upset about us going to the moon. I had this theory that Bosja was some kind of hidden way to show that we were actually going to Garlemald and to set up that story. Yes, I watched the announcement showcase. No, I won't be talking a lot about the announcement showcase in this analysis. However, I do know that we're going to Garlemald as well. I just thought that was going to be the basis for the trailer. Secondly, I love how, and this is the last thing I'll talk about the showcase, all you see at first on the Warrior of Light are all of the belts, and the belt is what's getting removed from characters, the belt slot. I think that's fantastic, and I also feel like this is a Tetsuya Nomura original. This is also the big one. A, I love this scene because I think it's really cool that that was on the bottom of his shoe. B, if we go back here and we look at how the Warrior of Light looks here, it looks just like Elidibus looked like on the moon at the end of 5.0 with the hood. And I know that we're supposed to be a Zem, and now we've traveled everywhere because we were supposed to be the explorative member of the 14, but this is really, really, really cool.
Of the star had begun to fray, its lands rent by tooth and claw.
Okay, so I had actually posted about this in my previous video, my actual trailer reaction, but I don't think that that's just the person who voiced Emmett Selk narrating the trailer. I think it's supposed to be Emmett Selk narrating the trailer. And I have kind of a really big theory regarding this, but I feel like everything that's happening here and everything that's depicted in the trailer is what happened to Amarat before they tried to put all of their faith in and pray for Zodiark. The end of days for Amarat, if you will. So if you've done the dungeon for Amarat, he says the exact same thing except for the tooth and claw bit at the very beginning of that dungeon. And so I feel like this mirrors that. And maybe the reason why we're leaving and going to the moon is to protect the source from the same monstrous creatures that arose in Amarat. And there, we don't get a very good picture of it. However, this creature looks almost like a very detailed cinematic version, a more fully fleshed out version of the crawler that you fight, or no, the stalker that you fight at the very beginning of the Amarat dungeon as well. It's kind of like this creature that's hunched over, that leans forward, has a long tail, and then it has like the 3 red dots on its face. I feel like these creatures that they're fighting are the exact same creatures, but more ideally depicted.
you alright?
I'm also very excited about the Sage. I think the only thing that I might dislike is that the Sage is supposedly going to be using a lot of shields and barriers, which they're going to take away from Astro, or at least they're going to rework a lot of the Astro class. And people are already upset about the way Astro works now, so I hope that they're able to balance both classes and make it so that they're both enjoyable. But I am really excited about Sage. The only other thing I will say is I don't remember if it's at the end of 5.2 or 5.3, but Alize is very upset. And she's describing how she and Alphino are the only characters that haven't changed suits, meaning they're the only ones that didn't get new outfits. They're the only ones that didn't change their jobs. And so I think it's absolutely fitting that Alphino is the new Sage, and I feel like Alize is going to be the new DPS. It was confirmed in the announcement showcase that she was going to have a change of outfit, and that her mentor is going to be someone out of the blue. But I feel like if it is going to be her, that it's going to be a melee caster class. It's confirmed that it's melee, but that's my speculation, is that it's going to be a melee caster. And the other thing that concerns these two, a lot of people were really upset that they didn't see the other Scions in this trailer, like how you have, or how you did in Shadowbringers. You saw every single one, what every single one was doing. Essentially, there was a little bit of a background where every single one was. But here, you only see Alphino, Alize, and the warrior. I think that this hits home a lot more than people think. So I think that the reason that we're going to the moon is A, because of the Amarat syndrome, B, because of Lunar Bahamut. And if we're talking about Bahamut, who took care of Bahamut originally from 1.0 to 2.0? It was Louis Swa, their great-grandfather. And so I think there's a big connection here with the twins, Lunar Bahamut, and us going to the moon.
I can look after myself, you know. And I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
A lot of people were wondering about this area too. At first, I thought it was a connection to Void Ark, and I felt like every single Alliance raid that we're doing for the Resistance weapons right now would have to do with and lead to this part of what will be in the MSQ. However, other people were pointing out that Pandemonium in earlier Final Fantasy games was actually hell. So I feel like this is the Pandemonium raid setting, and it's supposed to be like hell.
Past the far edge of fate, ring blades dark and light.
That's one thing that I don't remember Emmett ever saying. So, my other opinion is that Emmett is not actually dead, or Emmett shows up again. We do see him another time after the 5.0 MSQ. If you haven't gotten there, I don't want to spoil it too much. But if you watch the announcement showcase, you saw that one of the bosses for Endwalker is going to be La Habrea. We were supposedly had killed La Habrea a long time ago as well. But he's back, so who's to say that the moon isn't considered a different shard and a portion of Emmett is there and helps you out? Or who's to say that Emmett doesn't return to help you out fighting Fan Daniel, who's obviously going crazy? And I'm not exactly sure what to make of Xenos, but I really, really do hope that Emmett does come back.
Tolling the coming of the end.
Absolutely gorgeous. I loved every minute of that trailer. Watching it again and again has made me have even more theories, more analysis, and I'm really excited to see what actually happens. I can't wait to see what the official trailer will be, and if you have any more analysis or opinions or theory crafting on what you think is actually depicted in this trailer, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And for those of you who didn't know, I do this full time, so all of the links that are in the description, if you click on those, follow, sub, or become a patron, it really helps me out. Thanks guys, I'll see you for the next one.